figure out off screen how to do it. I haven't done it yet. So if the internet holds out, yes, this will be a part 7. If it does not hold out and I only get to do the fucking piece, I'll make a part 7.5. So that fucking, but yeah. If this fucking thing would stop checking for add-ons, if I wanted add-ons, I'd fucking go to the store and buy the add-ons. I mean, for Christ's sakes, that's one thing I never got about the game. It's checking for add-ons. Yeah, it never tells you if there's add-ons or not. You still have to go to the store to get it. And for people who say, because I have met people who say, it does it automatically. No, it doesn't. It has to be programmed to do that. Anyone that says it does it automatically ought to have their head fucking examined. Come on. And that's if I can even do it, because fucking, we all know how glitchy this thing is. All the other Assassin's Creed games would have already fucking loaded. But no, this takes about 10 years to fucking the designers and Bethesda, or not Bethesda, fucking, sorry, I was thinking of Skyrim. I blame fucking Ubisoft. Come on, load! Or, I'll write another fucking email to another company. Already done it for HughesNet. I'll do it for you too. In order for them to get this fucking shit on the road. Nobody wants to sit here for fucking 5 hours waiting for this fucking thing to load. And if you couldn't get it to go faster on the PS4, you should have waited. Release it only for the PS5. Or wait until you had the technology to make it work on the PS4. It is now taking over close to 4 minutes to load. Every other fucking game I have, Skyrim included, takes about a minute. Oh, and now it's glitching. Thank you. So, let's see. It took 4 minutes and 20 seconds to load. Okay. So, we are in Leicestershire at the whatever, the fucking hidden one's base. Okay, so you'll want to crawl up here, climb up here, not crawl, and then hop across these bricks to this one right here. There'll be some birds on it, that's how you know. Then you'll see a thing hanging over there. You can use your eye or whatever to do it, or you can just do, oh, maybe I'll have to use the eye. Oh yeah, it was way low. Although I don't know if you actually need to do that, because once you get over there, it's pretty... I'm pretty sure it's... Come on! Yeah, it's just wood. So, if you didn't want to do that... Okay, so you go this way. Collect. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get the codex down here as well. Because that's a main thing. You'll get... I don't know what it is. Oh, I think it's the Hidden One's gloves, so I don't know what they do. Yes, Hidden One glove. Well collected. The codex is... Where's the codex? I don't actually know where the codex is. Oh. And then you just have to move this giant thing of rocks. But I still haven't found the codex. It should definitely be somewhere down here. Oh, there it is. The Magnus Codex right there. So it's behind where you get the secret, the Hidden One's gloves. And let's check out the Hidden One's gloves, actually. So, the Hidden One's bracers, actually, is what it's called. They're superior bracers that is already fully upgraded. And actually, they're almost mythical. If you look at this, seriously, this Draugr bracers is a mythical piece of armor with 24 armor, L resistance, whatever the fuck that is, weight 13, evasion 13, and H resistance. I don't know what that is either. And before it's even fully upgraded, it's... So pretty much this fully upgraded is about that. Only it weighs lighter. And I'm sure it can get upgraded too, because I'm sure of that. So, because that can get upgraded, that can get upgraded. Yeah, so I'm sure, given the right materials, you can upgrade it. And there's my rooms. Okay, then you go back over here, yada, yada, yada. No, I don't. That's what's literally blocking your way from getting in there from this direction. And there you have it. You got your first codex page. So, what I'm going to do right now is go back. I mean, you'll find those hidden bureaus all over England. I thought you only did it in London. I thought they were all in London or whatever. And that should also get you. Yep. Equipping all your all these, all four spots, will get you the trophy. What I just got. Okay, so order. I've already killed. I killed someone. I only found one clue about him. And I only found one clue about him. So, investigate the fort at Thieves' Warren atop the highest hill in all of Glaus, whatever the fucking, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The anvil, I've killed this person before. You'll want to go investigate the smithy next to the circular ruins on the grounds of St. Albion's. Hey, she's calling me back. Welcome to Hooker Hotline. How can I be of service?
That hooker.
Yeah, you kind of have to be hot in order to be a hooker.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying you make a very bad hooker.
Well, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult or both. I said you talk too much when frickin' we first met. I didn't say that you do it now.
Yeah, okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
No. I can now.
You're hidden now?
She can now.
Oh.
How the frick? I'm way the hell over here. How am I hearing her in your ears?
Your eyes suck, mine don't. My ears suck and yours don't.
Your words, not mine. That's fantastic. What's in people's eyes to do with anything when I'm talking?
I was trying to make a point. And technically, it could mean something if you were talking to me in person and I was deaf. I'd have to read your fucking lips. Get down, Tizzy.
No, I can sign you.
Oh, you know how to do sign language? I know one or two sign languages that aren't fucking vulgar. Cool. Oh yeah, didn't you say you have to sign for your son?
Exactly. Both him and I know how to sign.
Yeah. I know 3 sign languages pretty much, and that's...
And I've actually tried signing.
I haven't been trained in sign language. My mother kept saying she was going to, but never did. She taught me a couple things. Oh no, she didn't teach me that one. I taught myself that one.
I learned a trick today.
To learning?
No, I learned a trick.
Oh.
Do you want to know if somebody has blocked your number on their phone? You get a fake number. You get a texting app that allows you to also call. And if you call it after you print, they blocked your number.
Oh yeah, I already knew that. Or you could block your number by going *67, and it would recognize as a different number.
Because I got a different texting app, so I got a new link, so I could use like a different number to see if I could get like a response. And I haven't gotten a response yet. And I called, and well, I didn't like let it ring completely all the way, like to the point somebody would have answered. Just rang enough that it didn't go straight to voicemail. So, because if I use my number to call them, it goes straight to voicemail.
Are you trying to stalk someone?
I'm curious. I'm gonna call with.
I can get you that one.
And it rings. I'm not
Done for
stalking
now.
somebody. I just want to know why they blatantly just stopped talking to me out of nowhere.
I'm all.
Yeah, well,
Put that gear
maybe
to
they
good
just
use,
don't
then,
like you
sir.
anymore. I don't fucking know. I mean, there's always a reason.
How do you know? Just like from
Avery, again, your people impress me with your skill. The invaders barely stood a chance.
Mainly just blocking me after
Keep this.
over.
It serves your cause better than it does my pockets.
Ah, good.
How do you just
I hope this one did not give you too much trouble.
Maybe he somehow blamed you.
I want
So you are trying to stalk this guy. This is the guy that you had the hots for, that you supposedly were dating for, like, God knows how many fucking years. Which, by the way, I had a question about that.
Then go in peace.
You said you were dating him since you were 14? How old was he when you met him?
But the thing was, if it was an open relationship, I could see whoever I wanted to see.
Well,
Just like he could see whoever he wanted to see.
I understand that. I'm just curious.
What bothers me though is like, it's just like the bluntness of like it's one thing if you just want to go about your
someone
marriage life.
reliable to get some serious
You
work
do
done.
so. I've done so. It is what it is. But it's just like that part of you that
Sources say some manner of peace roams. The sooner you come back, better be
like,
rewarded.
why did you just abruptly stop? And like, if you had just like out of nowhere after years and years just abruptly stopped talking to me, I would question it. Like,
Well, it could also mean that he found
What
someone
do you have for that today?
who wanted a real, not, okay, I misspoke there, who wanted an actual, well, I can't say it without saying that, who wanted a permanent relationship with him. And he wanted
I
one with
must be on my
her.
way now.
Go with your gun.
I mean, people meet people in the airport all the time.
the last thing, like towards the tail end, he was actually when we had reconnected again, because we had lost connection for
I
like
have to
5
go.
years.
See you.
Come back
He
soon.
went through a mental health break, and I just was not in a place mentally where I could take care of him, myself, and my son. I just was not in a place mentally to do all of that. So we just felt at that given point, it was just best for, to go our own way.
Go, Jonah, go.
We reconnected and we hit back up again. And it didn't matter that he was married. We didn't care. So that just like abruptness is kind of the fact that I feel he has mental health issues. So that is concerning to me as even as
I will see you
a
later.
human to human, like if you
See you
know
later,
somebody has
boy.
mental health issues, and the last thing, the last conversation you had with this person was they were stuck in Albany, freaking out because nobody would come and pick them up, and it was midnight, and they had nowhere to go.
I might have some sort of inkling as to what happened, since you just literally said that he was married when you guys got reconnected. there is also a very real chance that his wife found out. And it's made him choose. Because I thought you said that he boarded a plane back to wherever it was.
No, the last text message I got, the communication I had, was he had landed in Albany, and he was in Albany, and he could not get a ride.
How could he not? That doesn't make sense at all. Know why? It is actually very easy to get a ride in Albany. Taxi. I mean, it might have been expensive as hell, but it's still a ride. And if you can afford to fly, you can afford a taxi.
Well, the problem with that lies at the fact that his relatives were supposed to come and pick him up. But because of the time difference between here and Texas, he misread his information, which meant he got here an hour later than he had anticipated and planned for, and had no ride, and had no hotel. Was the last thing I heard from him.
I don't know.
So it's not even just like I said, it's like, I don't care if he chose somebody else. I don't care. I'm concerned on like a person-to-person base. With that being the last conversation had, I pondered, did he commit suicide? Did he have a mental break and is in a mental hospital somewhere?
Well, I can't say this for certain, but I'm pretty sure he, not all of New York, but we're close enough to Albany and have friends in Albany that it probably would have been like passed around if someone had actually committed suicide. That's one thing I hate about this fucking place. You have no secrets. So if you off yourself, everyone within 100-mile fucking distance is gonna fucking know about it. It's stupid. Even if they don't know your actual name.
It's that concern of what actually happened. Like I said, knowing that this person had mental health issues.
Yeah, I understand.
It does raise concern as like a person. Because, on a person-to-person, like I said, I could care less if they desire to be my friend. I really could care less. Because each to their own. That is your choice. The only thing I want to know is that you made it home safely and or in a safe place. That's all I want to know. I just want to know if you're safe.
And that's well within your right to want to know.
Thank you for seeing these done.
Doesn't want you to know, that's also well within his right, although albeit very fucked up.
What have you got for me today?
I mean, hell, if I didn't want to be in touch with someone, I'd at least tell them. Because me, I don't like people worrying about me, and I'm not trying to be vain or anything. I also know that if all of a sudden I stop talking to someone randomly, that they might, not saying they would, but they might start to worry. But I'd tell them if I didn't want to talk to them. But not everyone would.
This would be very useful.
I feel like the courtesy thing to do is like, look, don't worry, I'm fine. Like, I just don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, fine, thank you.
I'll add this location to your map.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm stalking you. Well, I'm not, because this was the first time I actually used a different number. Just to see if it was their phone was off, or what the situation, like, was their phone actually off, or
You might find
did
something
my
interesting
number
there.
actually get blocked? Okay, I now know my number is blocked. Okay, you want no contact with me? Fine.
Done for now.
But that also
About my
provides you some information too,
I must take
if
my
you
leave.
think about it.
So long.
He blocked your number, which means he is still alive, or at least he was after your last text message. Because dead people cannot block people's numbers. That'd be kind of creepy if they could. That gives you that. That gives you that information as well. I'm not saying he's alive this exact second. There's no way to know that.
Need something?
No, I
his
mean,
phone's on.
and his phone is on. Yeah, but that also doesn't mean anything either if you think about it. Because someone that I know lost a friend, and actually a couple of people recently have lost friends. One of them, apparently the family of someone, actually deleted their Facebook altogether. The other people that fucking because I clicked on the name that was listed on Facebook, it's not there anymore. It says the page you're trying to open is unavailable, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't exist anymore. And then, actually, Bree's girlfriend lost a friend recently, and I clicked on their name. Their Facebook is still up.
Well, I think it depends on the family, to be honest. If they want to take it down or not, or if they want to leave it up for, other relatives and friends to be able to just have that space to go and remember.
Well, maybe.
That's what happened to one of our teammates that died down in Toronto, is his family left his Facebook up for a while, but I noticed recently they had actually taken it down, which is completely understandable. It's now been like 4 years.
It also,
4 years now.
yeah, it also might take people a little bit to figure out how to. Because I know if one of my family members, moved on, to put it nicely, moved on,
Okay.
um,
Okay. They went through the gates.
well, depending on your views. Me, personally, I'm more inclined to... I believe in God, but... I believe in God and hell, but I'm more inclined to believe in the Norse version. Because even in the Norse version, if you go to hell, you might not be having a grand old time, but you're not in pain 24/7. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're just in a frozen wasteland of going about doing undead things. Like, you're just walking around doing shit. You're not being stung about. You're not being... And even some hells, you are in actual agony for a period. I forget which one that one was. For 6 to 12 months. And then if, at the end of that, your soul is still corrupted, like you were a genuinely bad person, like no good in you whatsoever, you just cease to exist. No more pain, no more anything. But if they realize you do have good in you and you've been cleansed of your sins, you move on to the paradise afterlife. That's what I hope is true. Because it doesn't matter what you believe. I mean, hell, I don't believe that each and every religion has a different hell and a different heaven. I mean, it's all open to interpretation. Everyone goes to the same place, essentially. Know what I mean?
It's for their own. Mine actually doesn't pop up in a full body apparition in my doorway. I'm cool with wherever you go after you're gone. As long as you don't show up in a full body apparition in my doorway, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm not cool though. That's the thing. I don't want to fucking be suffering for all eternity, and I don't believe God, or no. Supposedly according to the Bible, God doesn't want it to happen. Yet, if you disgrace Him in so many different ways, supposedly it's going to happen no matter what. Fucking. However, if He's really a fair and just God like they claim, it won't be forever. He might punish you, yes, but it wouldn't be for all eternity.
I've been mounting veterans trophies for years. She's a discerning woman.
In all things.
There'd be like a way to, besides accepting Jesus, obviously, eventually you'd have to anyway, but fuck it.
I do like victories.
I guarantee you, even people who have accepted Jesus, if they did something extremely wrong, they'd be punished. Know what I mean?
Am I wrong?
You are not. Why do you ask?
To bolster our trade, of course. Wallace is the finest tanner and taxidermist in all of England. If you wish the tales of your hunts to outlast you, there is no better way than making trophies. If you defeat a rare...
Good idea. Keepsakes to adorn the longhouse.
Oh, and before you go, could you spare a moment for a small favour?
For the one that died in Palm, it's been like 4 years. I think it was 4 years
Go
in
ahead.
February.
For the past few evenings, I've heard the howling of a pack of wolves just beyond the border of our woods. Unchecked, they will ravage the wild game in this area. And once the deer are dead, they may
I
turn
don't
to
know
us.
if that
You feel we should drive them off?
I would eliminate them entirely, with your permission, of course. And your help, if possible.
that it was deleted. But a lot of times it's just the family.
Good idea. I will join you now.
I,
A pack of wolves is an easy thing to underestimate. Let's go.
You know, I don't want that smack in the face
Pounding
every
around just
time
up the
I,
hill.
You lead.
you
I'll
know,
follow.
log on. You know, I
Our
get that
settlement is
slap
quite
when
a
I
nice
look down the
lot.
hallway and
Beautiful
not in the
terrain,
room
and the
anymore.
animals here are healthy and populous. But wolves are away. Maybe why the Ragnarsons moved on.
You know,
Humans upset the
my
balance of
cousin
nature,
has
and nature pushed back.
By attacking
a little
us.
over a
The
year
wolves
ago.
will do whatever it takes.
His page is
They
still
were
up.
displaced. Now they
But
come
I
to our
know
door.
by my other cousin, my understanding is somebody's still running his page. They're not posting
Come this
or
way.
anything like that, but they're keeping it, basically logging on and just keeping it up.
Look here.
Have
Breadcrumbs and crusts. They must have stolen something.
That's one thing I don't get is,
Or off the table.
and that's another reason why I
You saw
hate
breadcrumbs from where
Facebook,
you stood.
actually,
They stand out
is it's
clearly
so
from the
easy
soil
for
and
other people
grass.
to get your
See
login
there?
information.
Come, this way.
well, I guess it's
Smell
his
that?
kids that
That's a
run
male
it
wolf.
now.
Marking territory.
Again,
moving
it's
off
so
the
easy
How do you know it's a
for
male?
people to
You pick it up.
get your login information. I don't care if it's your kids, your parents, anything.
How did you
I know for a
cultivate
fact I
this
don't know
system?
my parents'
My family
information.
were hunters and trackers.
Know what I mean?
From further east than
Nobody's,
you've ever seen,
or
imagine.
I shouldn't say
But I've
nobody,
lived in
but
England
very
most of my
few
life.
people
This is where we
would
found Wallace.
willingly give out their Facebook
Sigurd
information,
and I, siblings,
even to their own
bound by honor.
family.
Yes. To hear my mother tell it, we
Well,
came
he
upon
might have
Wallace abandoned, a
the
babe
type
in
of
the woods.
family we
I
have.
took him in.
He might have, or he could have left, like when I die, I might leave my fucking information in my will or some shit like that, but I highly doubt
They're
it.
in the area.
Because
I don't
I
Those
firmly.
trails. You must have dragged the poor beast away. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
Because he is still a friend of my messenger.
Ah, see those teeth marks on the carcass? They're different.
This is the pack's doing,
In middle
not just
school,
one.
like,
That's right. Let's go on.
had a
So your family found Wallace in the woods.
We were traveling through the forest when I spotted a wild elk ahead of us. I chased it, hoping to take it down. I lost it as I came to a clearing.
But
There on the ground was a wee babe, our little Wallace, swaddled and alone.
I'm letting go of that.
Ah,
And I'm
look at
so
that.
glad I
The
did it when
pattern
I
on the
did.
grass. They
And
slept
I'm
there.
actually
I'm impressed, Petra. You have a raw skill.
You have seen nothing just yet.
So you saw a white elk, and that led you to Wallace.
That's right. It felt fated. We took him in and nursed him
Yeah.
back to health. I was scarcely more than a toddler myself then, and from that day forward, we were raised as brother and sister.
Let it go. That's like I said, I'm glad I did because it's like not
These
long
kills are
after
fresh.
that.
They're likely near enough to hear us. Probably fled the
And I
scene
don't
not
think
long
I could
ago.
have lived with myself having that negative feeling.
I think we found our wolves.
You there! Get to cover. Eivor, with me. Let's end this.
I'm at
But I did have
your side.
Yeah, that, you know, I don't, I told my cousin it was weird because it's like, it was like I was in the parking lot of this hospital, but I had never seen that hospital before. Like, it wasn't a hospital I had ever seen. Like, I didn't understand how that happened. And I actually started to try to, like, Google, like, images of, like, hospitals and see maybe where that hospital was. Because, like, I had never seen that hospital. But what was weird to me was it was kind of like you know how to go into Bennington Hospital, there's that hill before
That should be
you
all.
actually get into the
Thank
parking
you.
lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Both of you.
But the thing is this parking lot
Are you all right?
way,
Are those your sheep?
They were. God take them.
I was
They were all I had in the world. Poor Blighty's never stood a chance. I lost my cows some months back.
in the
Now the
parking
sheep are
lot.
gone. Frowning Jesus, what sort of farmer am I?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Family.
With the wolves gone, you can recover in peace.
Not without the blessings of God, I won't. But I shall try.
You have your life, farmer. With that alone, you can always live.
All of them.
Ava, hold. I hear something.
What? I don't hear anything. My beauty! You're alive! Mommy of my precious angels!
Well, that worked out.
This is grand, Eivor. You hunt almost as well as you fight.
Give me a few weeks, I'll learn to track as well as you. Or better.
I would be happy to be so humble.
This was a joy, Petra. Do not hesitate to call on me the next time you spot any errant beasts.
You were the first on my list, Eivor. See you soon.
Welcome to the other side. So, I don't know, but all I know is in my dream, my cousin forgave me. So,
Yeah. Me, personally, I am never going to leave my information for anyone. Mainly because I don't really believe that after I'm gone, any of my family will actually fucking care enough to actually keep my page up and running.
I take that as, I forgive, like, all is forgiven, not know that. Wait, okay, that's very. actually have another sort of strange feeling after a family friend had died as well. Most of the time, deceased loved ones probably reflect your faith. Okay, fine. And right? So you're just telling me you crossed over and you're good and you're happy where you are. Great, cool. You're fine. Satisfied. Okay, cool beans. You're a cool guy. I am not cool, however, if I pick up in a full body apparition at 1 a.m. while I'm trying to live in it. I'm not cool dead. That is bringing up all levels. I think that was the first time I think I've ever been afraid of actual feelings. It was a crazy, but a fear of, sort of a shock fear of what in the world is going on. But I was like sitting here cleaning the living room, and there's like a doorway that leads to like a very small doorway that you can either turn, if you're facing the living room, turn left, you're gonna go over to the outside, or if you go right, you're gonna go upstairs. And I was cleaning the living room, and for some odd reason, it just like internally pulled me to look towards the door. Towards the door, like the doorway, into the hallway, and to the outside door. And I looked, and there stood a full body apparition, just staring back at me.
The boy was to be a human.
And then turned and walked through the door.
That the king of the clouds arrived
Okay.
to seize the temple for himself.
Full body, head to toe. Like, I think I was 14 when we found that was the first time I had actually seen a full body.
Nowhere I'd rather be than splitting skulls by your side.
Numerous occasions.
Come, show me your valor in battle. Earn your place at the great table.
An apparition. The only other time I had seen an apparition, I was with my dad and we were, and we did it every year back then, where we would go to relatives' graves, clean them off, like tidy them up, maybe put candles out, flowers, whatever it may be. And as I drove up, and I had looked to the back of the cemetery because my grandmother was buried in a sort of a very-ish cemetery. It was a cemetery. And I looked to the back of the cemetery.
Our warriors now have a place to rest and train.
A fine shelter it is. When word gets out, it should attract many Jomsvikingar to fight with us. Which reminds me, few of your raiders are chomping at the bit in hope of becoming your second. You ought to pick one.
But what I found odd was the fact that these people were wearing sort of what to me appeared to be 1800 like dress, like clothing, which I thought kind of was odd. So I turned to my dad. I'm like, Dad, do you see that couple in the back of the cemetery? He goes, no, we don't. And then they looked at me, right? They had no face. I jumped in the car, as if going in the car was going to protect me. I needed slightly more protection than a car.
Sorry, I'm not really talking much about that. I'm not dismissing anything that you've gone through or anything in general.
You can think I'm not. A lot of people think I'm not.
No, I'm not thinking that. I'm not against the idea of something like that actually being possible. However, I'm one of those people who needs to see it for themselves to firmly believe it. So I, at this time, don't believe in stuff like that. If that makes sense. I'm not thinking you're crazy or anything like that, but that's just me.
In that level is, you know, into there are plenty of people that don't, and that's perfectly fine. Anyway, you believe as you will. That is the same with belief in psychics and all of, like, sort of along those rounds. Is it's all just like when you pass on, what happens? Is that solely the end? Do you go to, like, a forever happy ever after place?
Not me.
Do you go into bliss? You know, do you go into the bliss? No. Or do you just stop existing?
The sad part
You don't know.
is
Nobody knows that for sure. All I know was when I almost died, I had a white light. That's all I know. But where you go with that is beyond me.
I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts and stuff like that, because I do. I believe there are restless spirits. I believe there are stuff like that. However, I don't believe that everyone can see them. I'm not saying other people can't. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I don't believe it. I don't believe the human race, as stupid or as close-minded as we are, can actually fathom something like that, unless you're extremely special, which I'm not saying you are or you aren't. I'm not saying that at all.
And that's, believe it or not, that as folks look, they can actually see them. I don't know, did you have an imaginary friend as a child? Or know anybody that had an imaginary friend? Or what people call imaginary friends?
I myself did not have an imaginary friend. And me growing up around us, nobody really talked about that type of thing. That being said, I know without a shadow of a doubt that there is life after you die, because I had a dream and when I was young, and I had died, and I was standing on something that, for lack of a better word, would kind of resemble the moon and looking at the earth. I know it wasn't the moon because I was actually talking to either God or someone who represented God, asking if I could go back, and they're like, nope. Yeah, well, they weren't so harsh about it, but long story short, because I could see how much, I don't think that would actually happen now, but I could see how much my death affected my family, and I wanted to ease them, or whatever. But now I don't really think any of my family cares that much about me, so.
That's like everything. It's all a matter of, like, what do you
It actually kind of makes me sad when I hear that some of my friends don't believe in the after. Like, my boss and 90% of my friends here believe that once you're dead, you're dead. That's it. I'm like, how I'm like, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. But that's a very depressive way of looking at things, because that means every fucking thing that you do on this earth, unless you are someone of massive importance, like an actor, a singer, whatever, fucking is for nothing. Like, no one's going to remember you when you die. Like, I mean, if you have a family and stuff like that, they might remember you for like a couple generations, and then nothing. I mean, Elvis is going to be remembered probably until the end of fucking time. Same with Eminem. Same with any famous person.
Yeah.
But
you know, the thing. The only thing that I personally told you, I don't know exactly.
Inspiring tale. Far more.
When you have where you go. I do strongly feel there is
An inspiring tale. Far more fitting than that terrible day.
You have
At least you changed my name.
You have left the
She got a
physical
dragon in.
like
Always with the dragons.
in its physical form. But you have not actually, for whatever reasons, never fully crossed over wherever that is.
and that's not the.
And there,
Oh, sorry.
and there's a lot of fear, for whatever reason, whether it's to watch over family,
I want to see the alliance.
friends, maybe in some of my perspective, also the ones that are trapped in that sort of like
Those Dane invaders.
state
They came from East Anglia,
are
right?
the ones
Yes.
that have
Dane invaders
met
to serve a
a
man called
brutal
Rowan.
end.
He seems to be sowing discord among Saxons and friendly Danes alike.
Whether it
Years
was
ago, the
a
sons of Ragnar
murder
hoped to pacify the land. They appointed a steward named
a
Finian to find
car
a suitable
accident,
Saxon
like a
king.
vehicle
But the kingdom has
accident,
fallen into ruins since, with no king,
where
and violent
they're, like,
raiders ravaging what little peace
tragically
remains.
cut and
I
wrapped
suggest
in
you make
short.
for East Anglia and find out what their steward is
Yeah.
doing wrong.
Not under natural circumstances. But like I said, like a murder or like a vehicle accident where their life was just ended.
I will make the trip east then. Speak to this Spinnier myself.
I believe
A good plan.
sort of linger in that in-between life because they hadn't served their purpose. Because I feel each of us have a purpose. Although nobody knows what that purpose is, I feel we have a purpose.
I would hope that I have a purpose, but I don't believe that.
Oh, whether that's you in it or meet somebody, or just to make a difference in somebody's life. No, even if it's like such a small thing. And like I believe that my son, for example, his purpose is to draw light to, you know, things are not always as they are. There
Well,
are just
that's true.
things that are not in medical books. There's things that people just are not aware of. You know, because it isn't in medical text. It's not been seen. So it's, I feel like his purpose is to open people's eyes and minds to the fact of medicine isn't perfect, science isn't perfect, and there's consistently just conditions out there that don't have a name. And to where that is, and it's puzzling, YouTube channel called Special Book, Special Food or something along that line. It's where this guy goes and interviews special needs kids and adults, all the same. And he goes and interviews them about their condition, and asks them, what do you want people to know about your condition, or whatever it is. And there was this one girl, and that girl sort of reminds me of my son, so dramatically. Like, they're the same but different. Like, this girl couldn't talk, and she was about 4 years old, and couldn't do anything for herself.
So why the hell would he interview someone like that? Wouldn't that be kind of... That came out wrong, I'm sorry.
Listen, let me finish. Okay, finish. Is you would expect, right, for that girl to show some kind of abnormality on a brain scan, on some kind of genetic testing, all of that. You would expect an abnormality somewhere, right?
The path is fraught with delight.
She had none. She had all the chromosomes. She had all the correct genetics. Her brain scans were all perfect.
The wind blew higher than all the realms.
Higher than
as they should be. So why is she the way she is? And the reason why my son falls into the same category to her is the fact that all of his testing shows that he should have
I sense the light elves. The luxury of their strong souls. Here they are.
And that's where the similarity lies, is the fact that these kids are having nothing wrong with their chromosomes or genetics or anything like that.
Joined Guthrum on his
But
march
they're
through the
having
swamps. But losing my eyes, he
symptoms
left me behind.
Of genetic issues and chromosome issues.
Please illuminate the path
And
into
nobody
it.
can answer the question of why. Like the first time I took my son down to Shriners Hospital.
Your family? Friends?
Well, back in Zealand, no need. I have the light elves who love and care for me now.
They had taken him down to Shriners, and the doctor had looked at him and was like, how and why and
They're close.
because
So close.
he was expecting,
A final leg
based
to
on
this journey.
report, a non-verbal wheelchair-bound child.
The wind blows across the Swan Road. I can feel it.
So
They
nobody
will
knows
see me
why.
ready to cross.
Nobody knows why he has now lived almost 9 years past what was expected. Nobody knows how long he has left.
Careful now.
Because it
I don't
could
want
be
to
just
attract
one
any
simple
unwanted
cold
attention.
could
The
do
dark
it.
elves. They hunt me.
And nobody knows why.
You're right about those gargoyles.
For Odin! Keep courting
He
there
wasn't even supposed to live here, let alone
till the dark elves came. The dark elves have returned! Spare them no mercy! Burst their skulls into
Yeah,
cut their hearts ears
here.
Please let me find the wind blue! You foul dark elves are ruining it!
Most people, if somehow they miraculously live past childhood, they don't live past their 20s. Because if they have, because I guess this particular one only shows up primarily in males, that if their onset at birth, their life expectancy is shorter than if the onset was in a semi-older child. Those ones, if it's an later onset, they live longer. But if it's an onset from birth, they don't live past the 20s, and if they do, because I did find one guy who lived into his 30s, but he had a trait, he had a feeding tube, wheelchair bound, had to have somebody caring for him 24/7. Personally, I wouldn't want to live like that. I'd rather kind of want to end it. Because I don't know too many people who would want to live that way, and at that point, are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing that for your loved one that's in that condition? And more times than not, I have found that people are more on the side of, if it is going to take mental/artificial means to keep me alive, I don't want it.
Well, that's true. However,
there are people that, if that's going to keep me alive longer, yes, I want it. But I look at it like, what kind of quality of life do you have at that point?
but those people also look at life as valuable, and also you have to remember that we're always finding new cures for things and stuff like that for previously ununderstood things. So that could be one of those reasons why someone would choose that life. Plus, the longer they're alive, they could also do it selflessly. The longer they're alive, the more that people can learn about it. Yes. So, because if everyone dies literally from like an early age and shit, then someone who's living into their 30s, 40s, 50s, or even possibly a whole lifespan, that's that much more information about that disease.
Yeah, that is a valid point.
That would be why, that might be a reason. I'm not saying that's the main reason. Or it might very well be the main reason. I'm not saying it's the only reason, I should say, why that 30-year-old chose that life, unless his family chose it for him. But
And that's the thing, you kind of never know. And
there's one way of finding out. Do what you did and freaking talk to your child or whatever and have them handwrite it. Because they can tell if the parent wrote it or if... I am assuming they can write.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I just realized that. I mean, assuming that they can actually write.
When he was in preschool, he could hold a crayon, he could hold a pencil. But now he can, but a lot of it is hand over hand because he just gets tired after a while with that pencil, and it doesn't take long for that to be like, no, I'm not. Like, it is, for him to hold a pencil, it is uncomfortable, and you can see that it is very uncomfortable for him to hold that pencil. And in order for him to do it, he doesn't actually hold the cup.
He probably does what I do sometimes and just fucking sips from a straw.
Well, we have special cups. That has, like, it just really just looks like a water bottle. But it's like, in a sense, an oversized sippy cup, essentially. It has that spout, but it's classified as a water bottle. And he'll put that on the floor or on the surface and drink from it that way.
Damn it, what the hell am I supposed to be doing with this frickin' dude?
No, writing is sort of kind of hard for him. But he has made it very clear that he does not want anything to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is plain as day. I mean, but my point being, if for some reason people claim that someone did, yes, it might be hard for them to write, which at that point it would be prevalent to have like a notary or something like that. Someone write it up that knows what he wants and with witnesses so that they can say, yes, this is actually what he wanted. Or she wanted.
But the thing is the fact that the situation being is the fact that medically, from a medical standpoint, no matter what that minor says, from a medical standpoint, doesn't matter. They don't have the ability to consent to not having children or having children. They don't have the grounds to consent to that.
Yeah,
and I know that, yeah.
I'm saying when they're adults, like, as you said, they probably don't live.
Yeah, that will be a hurdle I will end up having to cross later if that happens, that is a normal, like, you can all have to cross later. But as a minor,
It's up to you.
Say anything. It is on me to make that decision, make that call. And due to the fact that because he has cognitive disability,
Troll cursed
depending on what they are, what state you're in, and even doctor to doctor really, is if that person has cognitive issues, like severe cognitive issues, even as an adult, they cannot consent to anything. They're still classified as independent. Somebody else has made that choice for them. That caregiver, on the other hand, can listen to that individually. And, is this something you want? Is it not something you want? What is it that you want if this is not happening? Because there was a controversy on the internet, is that the parent basically allowed, I don't know if she was like 5 or 6 years old, I don't know how she was a young child, made a life and death choice.
Yeah, because it's their choice.
She was really, really ill. She knew she was ill. So she hit a point where the doctors had said, the next cold she gets, the next infection she gets, likely will end. No matter, what intervention we do, it's probably going to end. So at that point, her parents sat her down and go, if you get sick, do you want us to take you to the hospital where they're going to poke, prod at you? Or would you rather be at home where you may pass on and mommy and daddy will not be able to go with you? And she made the choice that, she wanted to be at home. She didn't want to go back to the hospital. She didn't want to go back. So she made that choice. And the parents were getting backlash for allowing that 5 to 6 year old to make that kind of decision. Why should that? It's their body. It's essentially their life. They should have that say. And what happens? As long as that child is completely aware of the situation at hand and knows that once they're gone, it's forever type of situation. It's a matter of, so knowing that his wish was on, that he doesn't want his books to end, I'm going to respect those wishes, that he won't have anything else. Just like I wouldn't want anything else to me. If my body can't sustain itself, it's time. Unless, I would say, maybe a week or two, like, if there was, hope of, of recovery and I would be off of it, I might do that. But if there's no chance of, recovering, I don't. Because when I was 60, they tried to put a tube in my throat through my mouth, but down into my lungs, and my mom was like, no, you're not. So all that they could do is hook me to a heart monitor and basically waited to see if I was going to wake up. And I did. I don't know how long afterwards, but I did. Almost felt like I took like a very long nap. Like I felt sick, and then I took like a really long nap, and I felt better. It was weird. Let's see. You need some instruments?
What?
You need some instruments?
No. I need this fucking game to tell me what the fuck I'm doing. Because the guy that I was supposed to be transporting has fucking disappeared. And this is why I do not like doing these world events when you come to them. Because fucking, there is no... It doesn't tell you where to fucking go.
There's no like prompts or anything?
Nope. The only prompt that it has is when fucking at the beginning of whatever you're supposed to be doing. Some of the world events are quite easy. Like a girl whistling for her horse. The horse is right across the fucking... Although that took me a while to figure out too. The horse was like literally right across the river. All you had to do is jump on it and ride it back to her. But then there's fucking things like this where I'm supposed to be lighting braziers, and it doesn't light the next way, or it doesn't tell you where to go for the next one.
I don't know if I'm going to use my phone or not. Or if I like these headphones. Interesting. Thank you, Sean, for letting me know.
And this fucking phone is going to be fucking burned alive. I'm trying to look it up, but nope.
What's the song?
Thank you.
Look. But it's so wasted. What's the phone I'm using?
I don't know. I mean, I got to the freaking part where I killed the Dark Elves, and then the guy disappeared. I think this guy's a little nuts as well.
So you found a how to use swords?
Yeah, I guess so. According to this, I've done everything, yet I'm supposed to talk to him again once I've done everything, and he's nowhere to be found.
I'll tell you what to do.
Maybe he went back to the fucking boat. Well, there is someone on the boat that I used the ride here, so...
You can swim.
Okay, I regret ever starting this fucking quest. I can just leave it here, but it feels like I'm going to have to come back at some point to complete it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't seem like you can, like, undo it. It seems like...
Well, it's not a quest...
the author that ends up eventually having to come back, but you basically have to...
Yeah, well, it was a quest I stumbled across. I was on my way to another quest, and there's a bunch of these side quests called world events and a few other types of quests where you have to, one of my favorite ones is where you have to outdrink someone. It's funny as hell. I lose most of them, but I've won a couple of them. But and then the world events, as I said, are the most frustrating ones, and I happen to come by, although none of them have been as frustrating as this one. Fucking, I happen to come by it, and I'm like, well, since I'm already here, I'll fucking do it. And the one that's for the main quest line that I was actually on my way to go do is still telling me where to go. Frickin', there's nothing telling me where to go on that other one. Holy shit, it's already 2 in the morning. In about 2 hours, I'll be at work. I slept all day last night, or yesterday. I'm probably going to get arrested for that. I was supposed to call the jury duty lady since I missed my jury duty date yesterday, and I slept today. I meant to wake up at noon. Called them then. I didn't wake up until my roommate woke me up at 5. Who the fuck are you? Tatiana Chams. I have no fucking clue who you are. I just asked her who the fuck she was. Well, nicely. I'm not an asshole. She said hello, and I was like, who are you? I don't know. Instead of relaxing at home, watching TV or gaming, which I haven't done in months, I am at the gym. I am so proud of myself, but I miss my old gym. Not all Planet Fitness gyms are like this. New one is small and sucks. Well, then go to a bigger one. I mean, I want to go to the gym. I'm getting fatter and fatter. Soon nobody will want me. And I said that to my mother the other day. She's like, girls don't go by your weight. I'm like, yeah, you keep telling yourself that. I keep trying to tell her that a lot of the ways of the world have changed. Like with the tattoos and the fucking and such like that. She won't believe me.
They say they don't care, you know, how big you are, or like that, but in all reality, you.
To be honest, when I say that, to an extent, I mean it. Like, a lot of my exes have been not the most attractive, have been very overweight, and I didn't care because they, for the most part, well, in the beginning anyway, had very nice personalities. That's what I was going for. You know what I mean? So I mean, there was obviously my limit to how big I would go. Like, if you are a 4'4" person and you weigh close to 355 pounds, nah. Nah. Too fucking big. I mean, I'm not going to judge you for that, but I'm not going to, you know.
Also be in a relationship.
No. Because even though I'm overweight, I'm almost 80 pounds overweight. I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm not so big that I would crush someone should we be intimate. Unless that someone's a fucking dwarf or something like that. I might crush them, but I don't know about you, but I haven't met a dwarf in God knows how long. If ever.
I did know one in high school.
I think I dated one at one point.
So yeah, on the other side of the driveway that's next to my house, I think that person is considered.
Well, it also depends on their stature and stuff like that. Not just how small they are. Because if they only went by height, Brianna would be considered a midget. Or is considered a midget. Because she is 4'4".
So I don't know what they classify as a dwarf or a midget or whatever you want to.
Well, a dwarf is different than a midget. A dwarf, I believe, is around 4 feet, under 4 feet ish. A midget is, I want to say, under 4'6" or 4'8", something like that. However, I also think they take into account, like, the fact how well they're proportioned. Like, if you're 4 foot, but you look to be normal, you're just short. Like, you have normal sized legs, that type of thing. Normal sized hands. I'm not sure that you're still classified as a dwarf or a midget. You know what I mean? I make fun of Brie all the time for being one, but I don't know if that's actually accurate. But from all the stuff I've seen and read about, supposedly they only go by height. To me, they should go about what?
I am vertically challenged.
You're vertically challenged. Well, according to some people, I'm a midget because supposedly it's different for a man and woman.
Norwich, suffering hard times, I see.
Which is kind of weird, if you ask me.
like the standard, because, like, I guess the standard height for a female is like 5'5", and anything below, like 4'4" and under is kind of classified as short. Because I think the standard height for a female is 5'5".
I think it's actually a little less than that. A standard height for a male is between 5'5" and 5. No.
I've heard all the rumors that Abel.
Yeah, 5'5" and 5'9", I want to say.
Swing that wee axe on your belt.
Anything over 5'9" is considered big. I want to say female, because I have looked all this shit up before. I'm not positive. You could be right, but I want to say they said something like average height of a female is like 5'2", 5'1", 5'2", something like that. But I'd have to look it up again. I don't remember. I looked it up like 2 years ago when I started calling Brie a midget.
Well, I'll need a wager first.
Here's the silver. Now begin.
To all those whom I speak, they say Abel was a clod.
You are correct. An average height for a female.
Then you're speaking to fools, and their knowledge is flawed.
Well, not bad.
Oh, so I was wrong. You're right.
Who runs from the fight?
So, well, I was one off. It's 5'4".
And they're so respect, and I'm known to my might.
I think it depends on.
Interesting. Interesting.
That is the
Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dead.
I don't think there is one, like, tape measure that, like, your average for your height and your 8-foot. Your height is average to.
And you've clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
Oh, you knocked out with that one.
Average.
Well, what a surprise. Abel of the Raven Clan is a true talent. I'm shocked.
Do not believe everything you hear, unless it touches on my flighting, then heed every word.
Take the coin, and know that only praise will henceforth cross my lips.
Go away. My fucking phone. I wish I could actually figure out a way to what is it? Make it so that nobody could text me unless I gave them their fucking number. Like, I get inappropriate text messages all the time. I get inappropriate notifications from websites all the time. And shit like that. Like that day that you called, like a few times, and I missed every call. I actually had essentially put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Because literally every single second for about 2 hours. Da-ring, 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 da-ring. It was non-stop. And I was like, fuck this. It was annoying as hell, and I do not get annoyed easily. But that irritated me. It annoyed the fuck out of me.
I said myself. I want to speak with Finley, the steward who should be working to put a king on that throne.
You're reluctant. I have found the man already. Only way to live to get
Which man? Is the fact of.
No, stranger, you interrupted a beautiful dream.
People shouldn't be able to use my number unless I gave it to them.
The ship of fire.
Exactly.
Often run ahead of the real thing.
Oh, wouldn't that be a burden off my shoulders?
The Livinger's harassment comes from a
Back as a king, anyway.
Danes from here.
primarily
Clan. I want to know why and how to make sure it never happens again.
Hey, I got a question, or several questions for you there, Amber. How would you pronounce your name
A
backwards?
Dane. You can't keep the Danes in line. Not much of a steward, are you?
If I knew how, I'd have
Remba or something like that? Okay, I'm just gonna say Remba. What's your current mood?
Kick your king in the arse and fight back.
He needs more than a kicking. He's got
Confused? Okay.
win this fight. No
courage. What was the last thing you ate?
No charisma. If he wants to live longer than a season, he'll need the backing of his bride's family, which he hasn't. They loathe the maggot.
Who is he, your king maggot?
And what object to your left, or what's an object to your left?
Oswald of Elmenham, who was King Edmund's counsel before the invasion.
Okay, so your name, if you were a dragon, your name is Remba the Confused Hoarder of Noodles and Tape.
Saxon king married to a Dane. Great to show unity. But Oswald, man, he into battle with a queen. He's soft. Settled Danes don't.
Okay.
Where is he now? I'll get a measure of him. See what I can do.
Players are worried about.
You just missed him. He's headed for Elmenham just now. Pleading once again for peace. If we go,
I'd give my pets my own meal before I ever let them go hungry. Would you? Yes. Although if I had to choose... What?
I'll follow you, Eowyn, to glory and Valhalla.
Join me. Together we'll force open the doors of the Old Father's Hall.
Those who can endure most are rewarded most. Yeah, that's not true. Give me one good reason not to harm myself and don't say family. I'm guessing your family is the reason you want to harm yourself? Bray! I don't know why she texts me when she fucking has headphones in. I really don't. But I will be talking to her about that later. She may irritate the fuck out of me sometimes, but I also don't think she should be self-harming. Know what I mean?
I think this conversation I'd be waiting till later to have with somebody. I'd be having that conversation here and now.
Yeah, well, she has her headphones in and she can't fucking hear me.
Take them out.
Hey! Dipshit! Hey! Hold on. Take out your fucking headphones.
It wasn't us.
I built myself a home here. Rued's clan attacked us as well.
Oh, how nice to have a home to speak of, man. Mine was burnt to the ground years ago.
She's not even on the phone anymore, moron.
Please, all of you, be we Dane or Saxon, we all want the same peace.
You
with land
said
to
that
till
you
and
were
home
going
to
to hurt
keep.
yourself. She hung
Without
up, so I
fear
can
of
fucking
Rued's
talk to you,
violence.
dumbass.
Still, they break the peace with another bleeding raid.
Nonsense.
And I'm guessing your
Their
family's
homes
the
are
reason
here
you
now.
want to also
Same as
stop
ours.
her.
Our futures run together, not apart.
So what are these Danes attacking us, eh? What will you do about them?
When I am king... when I am your king, I'll set things right.
You will be king when I am a flying troll.
You handled that well. Disputes between Saxon and Dane don't always end so cleanly.
That was a clean result.
A dispute ending without bloodshed is as clean as they come.
That was a brutal outcome.
I'm Eivor of the Raven clan.
Well,
You Oswald.
I am.
You're not.
Kill me, are you?
I'm not in the habit of killing kings, but I do like meeting them.
Well, I was going to talk to you about it later, but fucking she's like, you should talk to her about it now, and then fucking
Led by a Dane
said goodbye and hung up.
this morning. They've been sacking farms and hamlets across East
Well,
Anglia
not
for
really,
some
but-
time now, growing more brazen by the day.
Do they know this is Halfdan's land?
Once in a while she does.
Just don't care.
Their chaos has touched my home as well, and I'm here to see that it doesn't happen again. Lately, I've come to learn that you are the hook that all hopes hang upon. As king, you could unite all the Saxons and friendly Danes.
A minor weight to bear, isn't it?
Who else, if not a king, should bear it?
Travel with me, Abel. We can discuss my tenuous future on the road home.
What begs your attention in Elmenham?
Wedding preparations. Elmam is on.
I don't think you're going to do anything.
The Dane woman Valdis. She's a cousin of Halfdan's.
Good. A well-matched marriage can forge a strong alliance.
And I said I don't.
I don't yet have permission to marry Valdis. Her brothers don't approve of me.
Fucking, I didn't. She hung up on her. She hung up herself.
Slow down. Something is not quite right here.
Oh, a smoke ahead.
That's beefy.
Yeah, that was while she was still on the fucking phone. And then after I said that, she fucking hung up. But
Stop that, you. You're mine.
Yeah, well, you didn't actually have to tell her about that. There were many reasons why I tempted it. He thinks that I'm a fucking psycho and
I guarantee you she doesn't, because no. You forgot that me and her just dated before and fucking were damn good friends back in the day. Well, we're still damn good friends.
wait, your girlfriend? I could never fucking you talk about this one and that one and this one and that one. How the fuck am I supposed to keep track? You have way more girlfriends than I had ever had.
Outstayed your welcome.
Yeah, because you're a coward.
Gee, thanks, God.
And you're scared of commitment.
No, I'm not.
Simple last of these big-faced cons. Oswald will be relieved to know this.
for a mineral so rare like opal, you would think that fucking when you actually manage to find some, they give you more than just one piece. Like iron, I'm not saying like a lot more. Iron ore, you find 40 a fucking time. And honestly, I am very glad that I managed to last 2 hours with this fucking... Perfect.
Rued's clan. They left none alive.
God rest their souls. I needed it all to make yet another fruitless attempt to impress my betrothed family.
Show more grit than you're showing me now, and they may start to like you.
Yes, sorry, I'm just shaken. If you joined us at dinner, that might ease their minds a touch. Think about it. My doors are open to you.
My presence alone won't sway the family of your intended bride. That's work you must do yourself.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm merely hoping you might provide me with perspective.
That I can do.
Wonderful. Visit us in El Mal whenever you have time.
It's worse here than I feared.
Okay, so I'm actually going to take a break now that I've completed that. If you guys enjoy my content, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Next time I'm going to try, to finish this mission, obviously, this storyline. But I'm also going to try to do the Oxenfordshire mission and investigate this. That one I won't get to for quite some time. Because that area, if I'm not mistaken, is quite high. So, but if you enjoy my content, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Love y'all. Bye.